is not a virtue. It is your favorite hiding place. You call yourself a good person because you never say no. Let's be honest. You are just terrified of conflict. The first brutal reality you must face is that undisciplined empathy is slow motion suicide. Marcus Aurelius notes that we are made for cooperation, but cooperation requires mutual respect, not self-destruction. When you say yes to everyone else, you are actively saying no to your own sanity, your own goals, and your own life. You have turned your soul into a public highway, where people walk all over you, leave their trash, and walk away without ever looking back. Stoicism kindness demands that you stop treating your energy like a free resource. Your time belongs to your purpose, not to the endless demands of people who only remember your name when they need a favor. True kindness requires a spine of steel. But look at the cost of your silence. If you keep bleeding yourself dry to keep others warm, you will eventually have nothing left to give. By tonight, the very people you are trying to save will blame you for running empty. You think saving everyone makes you a hero. It doesn't. It makes you a slave to their dependency. You're feeding their laziness and calling it generosity. Stop lying to yourself. The second lesson is applying the Stoic dichotomy of control to your relationships. Epictetus taught us to fiercely divide the world into what is ours and what is not. Other people's emotional drama, their financial messes, and their refusal to grow are entirely outside of your control. When you jump in to fix their lives without an invitation, you are crossing a sacred boundary. You're stealing their opportunity to face their own fate and burn in their own fires. True Stoic giving is not an open checkbook of your time. It is a calculated decision. You help only when it aligns with virtue, and you walk away the moment it becomes an entitlement. If they cannot respect your boundaries, they do not deserve your benevolence. Your ultimate duty is to guard the fortress of your own mind, not to patch up the leaking roofs of people who refuse to buy their own bricks. But look at the shadow creeping in. If you refuse to draw this line right now, you are enabling your own executioners. By tomorrow morning, your kindness will be twisted into a weakness, and they will use your own weapon to cut your throat. You're terrified of the word no, because you think it sounds cruel. The truth is, your yes means absolutely nothing if you cannot say no. A door that stays open for everyone is no longer a door. It is just a hole in the wall. The third lesson is turning refusal into a sacred practice of self-preservation. Seneca warned us that nothing belongs to us except our time, yet we throw it away as if it has no value. When someone asks for your energy, and your spirit screams, no, but your mouth says yes, you are committing treason against your own soul. Saying no is not an act of aggression, it is an act of supreme clarity. It tells the world exactly where you end and where your purpose begins. You do not owe anyone a long defensive explanation or an apology for guarding your schedule. A simple, firm refusal is a full sentence. The moment you start making excuses, you give them a handle to pull you back into their trap. Practice the cold, quiet art of rejection. Let them be angry. Let them call you selfish. Their discomfort with your boundary is a reflection of their dysfunction, not your lack of virtue. But the trap is tightening. If you falter and give in to their guilt trips just one more time, you validate their disrespect. By midnight, you will find yourself drowning in their urgent emergencies while your own life sits abandoned in the mud. You are constantly seeking validation through your sacrifices. You want to be needed so badly because you don't feel worthy on your own. You wear your exhaustion like a badge of honor. It is pathetic. The fourth lesson is building your inner citadel of self-worth. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your value as a human being is not determined by how many fires you put out for other people. It is not calculated by how much abuse you can quietly tolerate before you break. A Stoic builds a fortress within their own soul, a sanctuary where external opinions, guilt, and expectations simply cannot penetrate. When your self-worth is rooted deeply in your own character and your own virtue, you no longer feel the desperate need to buy people's love with your compliance. You can look someone in the eye, witness their disappointment, and remain completely unmoved. You become unshakable because your emotional foundation does not depend on their approval. Stop asking the wolves for permission to protect your sheep. Lock the gates of your citadel and only let in those who bring peace, not chaos. But the clock is ticking. If you keep leaving your fortress gates wide open to appease the crowd, you're inviting your own destruction. By sunset, the very people you let in will conquer your mind and turn your sanctuary into a prison. Your legacy will not be measured by how many people you pleased. It'll be measured by the depth of your character and the truth you lived. If you die a martyr to everyone else's laziness, you leave nothing behind but an empty shell. Wake up. The final lesson is understanding that boundaries are the ultimate form of respect for yourself and for humanity. Seneca demanded that we live deliberately, protecting our inner light so we can actually shine for those who matter. When you establish ironclad boundaries, you are not cutting the world off. You are curating it. You are teaching people how to treat you, and more importantly, you are showing them how to respect themselves. By refusing to carry their weights, you force them to stand up on their own 2 feet. Your ultimate legacy is a life of profound, intentional focus. You become a beacon of strength, not an emotional doormat. When you protect your time, you finally have the capacity to build something that outlasts you. Your work, your wisdom, and your true virtue. Stop living as a background character in everyone else's chaotic script. Command your space. Own your boundaries. But this is your final warning. If you close this video and immediately slide back into your old, people-pleasing habits, you choose your own slavery. You are deciding to let your life slip through your fingers like water, completely forgotten. The choice is yours.